I don't see anything wrong with announcing both of them. 23.40. See. Sponsored by Pearson Racing Engines and Watson and Son Logging. No, don't shut it. I like your little light better. That's Skip Passenger on the track right now. Okay, I almost said on the mound. What sport am I doing? Okay, you know who the trophy girl is? Did you get hold of her?
Yeah, but I didn't get her name.
22.86. 22.86. You did get. You do know who she is? Michelle Emmons. She. I think she's sitting right down towards the end there.
Yeah. Okay. That's her.
Okay.
Hello. Make sure you tell them that Fred Nicholson has got a.
Just wait a second, please.
21.85.
21.85. 21.85 for Skip Passenger in car number 77. Okay, go ahead.
Gentlemen, Fred Nicholson.
Beltline Tires, Angus Inn Motel, and oldies but goodies upholstery.
I like guys that suck up the right people. I can't help myself. Flatter me.
24.28.
24.28. Lynn Shreve, sponsored by Lynn Shreve Mobile Home Roofing. First Impression, buy, sell, used tire and wheels, Paramount Square, Springfield. That's Lynn Shreve out of Cresswell.
He's A-stock.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Give us them three numbers if he's got A-stock.
I know, that's what I don't understand either. Some of the street stocks have two numbers.
One is a stock and it's 3 numbers.
23.90. 23.90. Lynn Shreve's first time. Whoa! Special. Kenny Wheaton from Redmond, Oregon. A lot of sponsors involved in this vehicle, including Goodyear and Pennzoil, and of course, Jim's Video. The High Waller Car Club there at the Penn since 1968. 19.64 for Kenny Wheaton. Good time. And 19.38. 19.38 for Kenny Wheaton. .28. 21.28 for Jim Jackson in his first time around. And And 21.20. 21. 22.45. 22. All the action again being videotaped for your enjoyment by Jim's Video. Jim Worth atop the announcer's booth, hard at work. Just $19.95 per recording. You can get any kind of dates you want. Just contact Jim Worth for more information. Taped events. 23.08. 23. Well, Bob Hooker is back at the track with his own car, number 93. He does want you to know that that car is for sale. The 1984 Buick Regal Superstock, of course, 301 Chevy. Engine in it, coil-over chassis. A Franklin quick change, four-wheel disc brakes, 22-gallon fuel cell, onboard fire system. The whole kit and caboodle is race-ready with motor, just $5,000. That's right, folks. Contact Bob Hooker for more information. Bob Hooker is sponsored by Hooker Racing and Auto Dynamics in Springfield and Precision Automotive in Eugene. He is also looking for more sponsors.
I just wanted to make sure it was up there before I come in.
19.78. 19.78 for Bob Hooker. His first time. And 19.73. 19. And speaking of Bob Hooker, his old car, purchased from Redfield Racing by Frank Brewer on the track now, number 16.
Thanks, Mike.
Frank Brewer, sponsored by, of course, WEA Racing and West End Auction, Keyed Radio. .83. 24.83 for Fred Worth, and that's also a new paint job. What's up, Terry?
Oh, no, heck of a lot. Hey, that car is for sale, okay?
Okay.
I'm tired. I just want to sell and get out. Got other things to do. Got too many things to do. I just can't get out here.
21.23.
21.23. 21.23 for Robert Tesh. Anything you want me to throw in besides that? Or?
Well, it's, you know, either cast iron, you quit cast iron, or it's ready to race. You know. Come $3,500, 2 sets of tires.
21.30. Okay, we'll do, Terry. Day next Sunday. So if he happens to win an event, we'll let him know about it. Maybe we'll sing him a happy birthday or something. Let's really try and embarrass him, shall we? He certainly has done that to us on more than one occasion. .13. 19.13. Fastest time so far today. And even better, 19.03. 19. Well, speaking of new paint jobs, it looks as though Robert Sprague has gotten himself one. Car number 27. Robert Sprague, sponsored by Western Windshields, Area Glass and Mirror, Belknap, and ACI Industries, also KZL 96. Our fast time today so far, 19.03, turned in by Frank Brewer. .19. I don't believe it. 17.19. 17.24. And 17.24. Couple of fast times for Robert Sprague. My goodness. That is a track record. 17.19. Robert Sprague from North Bend.
In red.
What car?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
One of them. What do you got? I think on Trick Pass.
Was it 60, a blue car? 67C just came in, too.
I can ask Bob real fast what's that.
24.9. Let's try 23.95. 23.95 for Fred Worth. Car number 139. What car just came in? 67C was the last one that came in.
Yeah.
But Steve Halsey came in too. Did you just get one? Okay. All right, Chris Colhane is going to try it again in car number 149. First time out here at the Eugene Speedway this season, sponsored by Ashley's Automotive, TNS Auto Body, and First Impressions. Chris Colhane. I would guess, well, it's either Halsey or Winter, because Halsey came in after Winter, I think. No, wait, no, Winter came in last. I would guess it's Winter, because they got a list that long of sponsors. They're always adding them, so I would imagine. Okay. What was that?
24.83.
24.83. Over? Over. It looks like over to me.
No, Howard. Should we do ER, Howard?
H-O-U-E, Howard. We'd like to thank some of the sponsors here at the Eugene Speedway. Harrisburg Auto Truck Recyclers out in Harrisburg. Springfield Engine Rebuilders. 18.21. 18.21 for Denny Holland. His first time. And 18.
You don't use Tylenol?
4.5.
No, I quit.
Want some Tylenol? How'd you give it up? 56.
I'm in Jello now.
Jello.
Yeah.
Warm Jello. Good eat.
Cup of hot warm Jello.
I'm getting the noise on it. How loud it is.
19.79.
That's all I was worried about here.
Bad.
Oh, that's a great fly.
$19.12.
19.12. 19.12 for Jeff Kleppinger. Jeff coming around for his second time.
I'll be down there in a minute.
19.07.
And 19.07. Bob Nelson in 169.
Oh, there you
Whoa,
go.
Bob.
Soil sample out there.
Yeah. Hey, Bob. Hit the pavement, Bob. There you go.
All right. That boy can drive it.
And he lost something. Yeah, he dropped something off in the fourth turn. Which one's the good one?
Yeah. The old shell game. Which one's got the Tylenol in it?
Okay. Bob Nelson in 169, sponsored by Chevy World, Ray's Garbage Service, Cottage Grove Vacuum and Sew, Bruce Fennell's Wall Insulators. Bob Nelson in 169. Thank you. Oh, great one.
Yeah. Heavy on the sir, will you?
Oh, damn it, Joe. Watch what the hell you're doing.
21.85.
21.85. 21.85 for Bob Nelson, his first time.
That's probably down off the speed and they hated it. We got more heavy on and did him more. All right, there he goes.
Whoa, Bob. Come on, Bob. Well, there you go.
24.53.
24.53. As soon as we get them all in, we'll take a brief intermission and we'll have our trophy dashes. Roger Vasquez in car number 7.
Oh, no.
22.36 for Roger Vasquez, sponsored by Roger. Mike Hodges on the track in car number 32 out of Charleston. Whoa, Mike. Oh,
Mike on the drive.
a little fireworks out there in turn 4.
That's what I had to run. Every time I come out, they had a box of Pampers when I got out of the Cougar.
You want to take over, Fred? Boy, you're just a bundle of laughs tonight.
Am I? I'm
Yeah.
not getting any.
Oh, wait till you get out there.
20.71.
20.71. 20. Fast Freddie Worth. In the second row on the inside, car number 54, sponsored by KSL 96, Big B Tire Store, Precision Auto Service, Napa Auto Parts, Springfield car. Yes, 4 individuals worked on that car. And Jim Allen painted his car all by himself. and 46S. So some new paint there in the first row. Probably not for long. And we're racing. Ned Daniels gives him the green flag. It's Jim Allen and Fred Worth. Fred Worth on the outside, pulling out. There's Ken Rink underneath. And Kenny Rink followed by Michael Schofield on the inside down on the backstretch. Rink and Schofield. And Michael Schofield likes the outside. Taking it high, Fred Worth low. It's still Kenny Rink. Michael Schofield down low, Fred Worth high. Following Ken Rink, here comes Michael. Schofield right behind Rink now on the backstretch. Ken Rink, Michael Schofield. A little too low for Michael. It's still Rink and Schofield. Michael on the inside, Ken up high. There goes Michael Schofield. Neck and neck down the backstretch. Schofield, Rink. Schofield with the inside, and oh, a little too low again. Kenny Rink on the outside. Schofield on the inside. 1 lap to go. Look at that. Ken Rink with the edge. It's Rink on the outside. There goes Schofield. Rink losing it in the dirt off of turn 2. Oh, boy, it's a roadblock. Fred Worth and Jim Allen get through okay. And here comes Michael Schofield. How's that for a trophy dash? Michael Schofield. Is a 1986 Ford Taurus station wagon. There's Michael Schofield. Power steering, power brakes, automatic transmission, V6 engine, all power accessories, silver metallic paint. The driver, Fred Nicholson. We understand that Fred will have his own car out here next week. Just as long as he's not a trophy girl anymore, that'll be fine with me. And our trophy girl this evening, Michelle Emmons of Eugene, a senior at Churchill. She likes to ride motorcycles at high speeds. Okay. There you go. There's the track photographer. Michael Schofield, the winner of our Street Stock Trophy Dash. Trophy car again from Kendall Ford at Wheels, Paramount Square in Springfield. From Cresswell, Lynn Shreve. Lynn Shreve. On the outside, car number 74, sponsored by Lenny's Tire Recapping on West 11th, and Barney Hamilton Welding from Veneta, John Henderson. On the flag stand is Donnie Rabbit from Umatilla Speedway. Here tonight, doing some flagging. All right, Donnie takes a look at him and gives him the green. All right, Henderson on the outside. John Henderson, Lynn Shreve down low. It's Lynn Shreve. Steve Halsey right behind him. Lynn Shreve in 183. There's John Henderson on the outside. They're tight. Tight down the back stretch. Henderson on the outside. Shreve on the inside. Jackson and Halsey looking for a way around. Lynn Shreve. There goes Steve Halsey. Shreve and Steve Halsey. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Bumper to bumper. Steve Halsey out in front of Lynn Shreve. Lynn Shreve having trouble controlling it on the backstretch. Halsey, Jackson, and Shreve. It's still Steve Halsey, Jim Jackson, and Lynn Shreve. To the ticket booth? Okay.
Once that guy pays.
To the ticket booth. Okay. All righty, coming around for the white flag, Steve Halsey. Halsey holding that lead over Jim Jackson. Followed by Lynn Shreve and John Henderson. Coming around. Car number 156. Trophy Dash winner, Steve Halsey. Halsey followed by Jackson, Lynn Shreve. Congratulations, Steve. Apparently they know each other. Okay. Steve Halsey, good job. Courtesy of Kendall Ford at Valley River Center. Position car number 16, recently bought from the Redfield Racing Team, sponsored by WEA Racing, West End Auction and Keyed Radio, also Emerald Ad. That's Frank Brewer. All the way from Seattle, Washington. In the number 1 car, it is the 0.19, that new track record set tonight by Robert Sprague in the 27 car. Coming around, Ed Daniels looks at him. We got a green and we're racing. Ray Potter jumping out in front. And there's Robert Sprague on the outside. Frank Brewer holding in at second. It is Potter, Brewer, and Sprague down the backstretch. This is a fast foursome. Robert Sprague on the outside now. Brewer. It's still Ray Potter. Just 4 laps. Potter followed by Sprague, Brewer, and then Holland. Robert Sprague getting his eyes set on Ray Potter. Sprague on the outside now. Potter holding him off on the inside. Potter and Sprague dueling it. Sprague off a wide. Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague, look out. Sprague, Potter, Brewer, and Holland. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Robert Sprague. Sprague opening up that lead. Denny Holland trying to pass Brewer. There goes Holland. But coming around turn 4, Robert Sprague. And Denny Holland. Okay, that's out down the front. There he is, Robert Sprague, the winner of the Trophy Dash for Superstocks. Congratulations, Robert, on the trophy and the fast time here at the Speedway. Michelle Emmons, our trophy girl. This is getting to be old hat for Robert Sprague. In car 149, Chris Colhane. In the second row, car number 46S, that's Jim Allen. And outside of Jim, in the Quackerbacker, Fred Worth in 139S. And the third row, Ken Rink in car number 54, and Michael Schofield in car number 13. The lineup give him the green. Donnie Rabbit giving him the green. Chris Colhane jumping way out in front. Colhane followed by Fred Worth. Oh, Greg Baumgartner having a little trouble there. It's Chris Colhane in 149, followed by Fast Freddie Worth, Michael Schofield, and Ken Rink. Oh, boy. Look at how wide Colhane, 4 cars in between 1 and 2. Colhane having trouble. It's Fast Freddie now. Schofield on the inside. Rink. Schofield on the outside, passing him. It's Worth and Schofield neck and neck. Look out, look out. 3 wide. Rink on the inside, he's getting squeezed. Oh my goodness, Ken Rink running out of room. Look at Fast Freddie cross him up. Rink now on the outside into second place. Michael Schofield, your leader. It is Schofield, followed by Rink and then Jim Allen. And Fred Worth. Chris Colhane and Greg Baumgartner into the pits. So 2 out of the 6 original starters out of it for the time being. It's still Michael Schofield holding off Ken Rink and Jim Allen. Fred Worth also having some trouble. It's still Schofield. Jim Allen's giving Ken Rink a run for second. And old Fast Freddy's having trouble, definitely. Look at Jim Allen. Jim Allen moving up on Ken Rink. Michael Schofield, 1 lap to go. Jim Allen moving into second. Old Fast. Come on, Fred. Come on. Old Fast Freddy having trouble. Michael Schofield. Around turn 4. It's Schofield. Schofield followed by Jim Allen. Ken Rink. Good show by Jim Allen. Driver tonight in the blue and white. On the outside of him from Springfield, car 169, Bob Nelson. In the second row from Florence, Oregon, car number 77, that's Skip Passenger. Skip Passenger. Outside of Skip in 183, that's Lynn Shreve. In the third row from Veneta, John Henderson in car number 74. And the John Henderson Fan Club. Fourth row, Jim Jackson in 120. Outside of him, Mike Hodges. Rick Wood in car number 33, and we got a little trouble here with Gary Branch in car number 79. Nelson and Davis in the first row. Passenger and Shreve in the second row. Ed gives him the green. Bunching up into turn 1, it's Davis. Passenger on the inside. It's still Davis holding him off in 67C. Skip Passenger on an inside move in 77. Skip Passenger, his first time racing here this season. Out in front, Steve Halsey right behind him. Passenger leading the pack into turn 2, followed by Steve Halsey. Mike Hodges moving up in 32. Followed by Davis. There goes Bob Nelson by Davis. Jim Jackson moving up. All right, it's Passenger with Halsey and Hodges. John Henderson having trouble on the back stretch. It's Halsey right behind Passenger, and Hodges right behind Halsey. A tight 3 in front. Halsey making an outside move, now moving inside. Skip Passenger holding him off. Passenger is holding him off. Some good driving right there. Halsey now moving up real close. Hodges moving inside. Those 3 are bunched. Halsey trying outside again. Okay, Halsey is definitely on the outside. Hodges, no, look at that. They're going to play leapfrog. Here we go. Hodges on the inside of Halsey now. What a battle for second. There goes Mike Hodges. No, it's Halsey. Halsey holding him off. Passenger holding the whole crew off. Skip Passenger holding them off at car 77. There goes Hodges now. Seesawing back into second is Mike Hodges. Hodges now coming up on the outside of Passenger. There goes Mike Hodges. Hodges on the outside. Michael Hodges. Hodges taking a longer way around. Passenger staying steady on the inside, but there goes Mike Hodges. No, Passenger holds him off. Hodges goes too wide. Passenger holding off everybody. Coming around for the white flag, Skip Passenger. Passenger holding off Halsey and Hodges. Look at this. This will be their last shot at it right here. Skip Passenger making a real good roadblock out in front. Mike Hodges on the outside, a last attempt. Here comes Skip Passenger. Wow. Mighty nice heat race. Yeah. Skip Passenger holding off a war to win that heat race. Steve Halsey and Mike Hodges, real determined, close, but no cigar. Well, that's a way to show up for the first time. Skip Passenger from Florence, Oregon. Good job, Skip. Skip is sponsored by Passenger Auto Body and Fire Extinguisher Service, AA Plating, Kitchen Clutter, Lucky's Workbench, Jim's Video, Florence. In car number 96, that's Robert Tesh. The second row, Joker Crenshaw's new car, number 35. We'll get you caught up a little later on. There's the green. Jim Potter in car number 10, Ray Potter's son. Terry Fry, car number 5, that car is for sale, and Jim Wagoner in 7R. But right now, Robert Tesh out in front in 96. Jim Potter sliding into second. Terry Fry now outside of Roger Vasquez, battling for third. It is still Robert Tesh. Robert Tesh, lead over Jim Potter. Terry Fry, Roger Vasquez, and Jim Wagoner moving up. Nope, battling for Joker for the last spot. It's still Tesh. Terry Fry now moving up on Potter, and Potter moving up on Tesh. Okay, the three of them bunching up now into turn 3. There goes Terry Fry on the outside. Look at Terry Fry. Terry Fry slingshotting it past Potter. Fry goes past Tesh. Terry Fry. Terry Fry with some good maneuvering. Fry way out in front now, followed by Tesh and Potter. Joker Crenshaw with definite trouble. Terry Fry opening up that lead now on Robert Tesh. Jim Potter challenging Tesh now for second on the backstretch. Jim Wagoner picking up some ground as Roger Vasquez, and it looks like Joker goes into the pits. One more lap to go. Terry Fry back at the Eugene Speedway and looking real sharp. Fry. And then a bunch for second. Slow heat for the Super Stocks. It's Terry Fry. Terry Fry, followed by Robert Tesh, Jim Potter, and Jim Wagoner. And Joker Craig. You definitely got to keep one eyeball on old Robert. Coming around, Ed gives him the green. All righty, Dick Wright out in front, 52. Frank Brewer moving up on the outside. Jeff Kleppinger in the white 66. Kleppinger moving into second. Dick Wright, followed by Kleppinger, Bob Hooker, Frank Brewer, and Kenny Wheaton. Dick Wright, Kleppinger right on his tail. Bob Hooker and Frank Brewer battling it out. That's an interesting matchup. There goes Frank Brewer. Past Bob Hooker into third. Kenny Wheaton now. Kleppinger on the outside of right. There goes Jeff Kleppinger outside of right. Dick Wright and Jeff Kleppinger battling. Here comes Frank moving up, says, let me in. Kenny Wheaton getting up past Bob Hooker now. Robert Sprague is moving up. Jeff Kleppinger out into the lead, and there goes Frank Brewer past Dick Wright. Kenny Wheaton moving up with Robert Sprague, not too far behind. Kleppinger, Brewer, Wright, and Wheaton. Oh, Dick Wright blows a tire. Dick Wright blowing a tire or something. Or an engine. And the yellow comes out. The yellow flag for Jeff Kleppinger. car number 93. He wants you to know that it's a 1984 Buick Regal Superstock with a 301 Chevy in it, coilover chassis, Franklin quick change, four-wheel 3 and 4, and we got a green flag racing once again. Oh, Frank Brewer. Nope, Jeff Clevenger holding him off under a cloud in the first turn. Look at Robert Sprague moving up on Kenny Wheaton. It is Clevenger holding off Brewer. There goes Robert Sprague on the outside. Is there any doubt? But he will run out of time as we have just one lap to go. There goes Robert Sprague. This is incredible. In the second place, you got half a lap, Robert. And that's it. Jeff Clevenger holding him off. And Jeff Clevenger. Clevenger holding off Robert Sprague. Frank Brewer finishing third. Kenny Wheaton, Harold Schroeder, and Bob Hooker. Real Sam's beer. Check out the photo booth, stretch your legs, pick up a free copy of the Emerald ad, and we'll be back with the main events shortly.
Managers, if you get a chance, comfortably from Umatilla. Yeah, I'll show you where they're at right away. See them now. Oh, the red.
First time out here at the Speedway this season from Eugene, Chris Culhane. In the second row, car number 46S. Sponsored by Chuck Service Center and Towing, Danabo Auto Wreckers, Ray's Towing, Beltline Tires, Angus Inn Motel, and oldies but goodies from Eugene. That is Jim Allen. Outside of him, Carl, know what that means. Anything could happen.
We don't know.
All right, Greg Baumgartner in 167. Chris Culhane outside of him. Jim Allen and Fred Worth in the second row. Ken Rink and Michael Schofield in the third row. Our A-stock main event to follow. And our big super stock main event. All righty, we're getting the assistant flagman from Umatilla, Donnie Rabbit, up to the flag stand. Reason for the delay. All right. Chris Culhane in the first row. Jim Allen and Fred Worth in the second row, 46 and 139. Fast boys, Ken Rink and Michael Schofield in the back. Coming around, Ed Daniels gives him the green, and we're racing. Look at Fred Worth go. Chris Culhane out in front. Fast Freddie Worth on the inside, and here comes Michael Schofield. It's Fred Worth. Schofield threading the needle. Schofield on the outside of Fred Worth, and they're going awful fast into that turn. And Fred Worth, look at that, a couple of weaving snakes. And Michael Schofield. Schofield, Fred Worth, Ken Rink on the outside, awful high for Ken. It's Schofield in 13, Fred Worth in 139. Ken Rink moving up fast in 54. On the outside of Worth, it's Rink. Rink and Fred Worth, awful high for Ken. Ken Rink. All right, Rink setting his sights on Schofield. Fred Worth in third. Chris Culhane being passed up by Jim Allen now into fourth. Jim Allen moving up on Fred Worth. Jim Allen shooting into third on the backstretch. Your leader, Michael Schofield, around turn 4, followed by Ken Rink and Jim Allen. Street stock main event. Old Fast Freddy's having trouble again. Worth starts out okay, and then that engine goes bad. Fred Worth fading. Michael Schofield, the leader. Good size lead over Ken Rink. Are doing what?
The tires are going away on number 13.
Going away?
They're getting too hot.
Oh. All right, Ken Rink making up ground just a little bit on Michael Schofield now. Big lead over Jim Allen in third.
That's my kind of driver. I love that guy.
Schofield into turn 3, followed by Ken Rink and Jim Allen. Uh-oh, Fred. Come on, Fred.
Fred changed carburetors during the pit. He changed from carburetor to smaller carburetor on it.
Fred Worth, right?
Yeah.
All right, Schofield moving up on the slower Fred Worth now. Schofield going wide around Fred Worth.
Oil pamper inside there.
Ken Rink around the slower Fred Worth. Schofield, your leader, into turn 3. And then Ken Rink in car number 54. Both of them with a nice lead over Jim Allen. Jim Allen third in 46S. Oh, Fred Worth, my goodness. Fred Worth apparently changing carburetors, and I think he picked up the wrong one. Michael Schofield down the front stretch, passing Baumgartner. Ken Rink got close, but has not gotten any closer. Schofield maintaining that lead over Rink. And both of them opening up a bigger lead on the rest of the cars in the field. It's Schofield and Rink. Super Stock main event, or coming up. Also an A-Stock main event. It's still Michael Schofield. Fred's sounding worse each time around. One more lap to go for Michael Schofield. Now he's just got to avoid any mistakes, like Fred Worth. All right, get around Fred and you'll be okay, Michael. Coming around turn 4, Street Stock main event winner, Michael Schofield. Ken Rink finishing second. Here comes Greg Baumgartner. Fred, I think, forgot.
And free lube from Precision Center Service.
Great. Boy, this is wonderful. I'll throw him in.
I got sidetracked.
That's okay. Michael Schofield, the winner of our Street Stock main event. Springfield, Oregon, Bob Nelson. In the second row, first time out here at the Eugene Speedway this year. Sponsored by Passenger Auto Body and Fire Extinguisher Service. AA Plating, Kitchen Clutter, Lucky's Workbench, Moto Day, Florence A&W, Florence Welding and Machine, Jim's Video, Miles Oil Company, and P.T. Smith from Florence, Oregon. Skip Passenger. Car number 183 on the outside, sponsored by Lynn Shreve Mobile Home Roofing. First Impression, buy, sell, used tire and wheels, Paramount Square in Springfield from Cresswell, Oregon. That's Lynn Shreve. In the third row on the inside, car number 156, sponsored by KZL 96, Milliken Brothers, A1 Auto Wreckers, First Impression, used tire, Steve Halsey and Jim Jackson. In the next row, that's a good matchup. Mike Hodges, Ron Ritchie, Gary Branch, and John Henderson in the back. And we're racing. Ed Daniels gives him the green. It's Rick Davis holding him off. Skip Passenger and Bob Nelson. Here comes Skip Passenger. Passenger, an earlier winner of the heat race. It is still Davis. Davis and Passenger. Nelson on the outside. Halsey on the inside in third. Rick Davis. Rick Davis holding off the bunch. But Skip Passenger and Steve Halsey, Mike Hodges. There goes Passenger on the outside. Halsey on the inside. Whoa! Look at him thread the needle. Steve Halsey. Halsey going too wide, though. He's in trouble. Hitting the dirt. Oh, my goodness. Rick Davis. It's a Rick Davis sandwich. Skip Passenger moving into front. Mike Hodges in second. Rick Davis third. And then Bob Nelson. Skip Passenger and Mike Hodges looking at racing. Jim Jackson moving up. It's Passenger holding off Hodges. We saw this earlier. Oh, my goodness, there goes Rick Davis. The yellow flag's out. The yellow flag is out. Rick Davis going off in between 3 and 4. Getting the formation a little tighter now on the back stretch. That'll be an interesting battle between Hodges and Passenger. And don't forget Halsey and Jackson. And the green flag's out already. It gives them an early one. There goes Skip Passenger. Skip Passenger followed very closely by Mike Hodges. Passenger with Hodges stuck to his rear end. Bob Nelson and then Jim Jackson moving past Steve Halsey. Now Halsey past Jackson in the fourth. It is still passing. There goes Halsey. Halsey moving into third place past Bob Nelson. Hodges on the outside of Passenger. He's going to make a move in turn 3. There goes Mike Hodges. It's wide. Can he keep it? Mike Hodges and Skip Passenger. There goes Hodges. Mike Hodges, Skip Passenger, Steve Halsey, Bob Nelson, and Jim Jackson. Mike Hodges sliding past Skip Passenger. It's Hodges, followed by Passenger and Halsey. In our earlier heat races, Passenger would not allow Hodges to pass him. And now Hodges has finally gotten around and is out in front of Skip Passenger. Steve Halsey is making ground on Passenger. Whoa, there goes Lynn Shreve. Lynn Shreve off of turn 3. And he's got to be coming back out on the track in 193. Quite a battle between the man from Charleston and the man from Florence. The two coastal residents battling it out for our A-Stock main event. Steve Halsey right there in third. In 156. Look at him get close. Ed gives him a quick green. Halsey is right there. All right, time to wake up. Mike Hodges out in front, followed by Skip Passenger and Steve Halsey. 3 cars right up there in front. And don't forget Jim Jackson. Mike Hodges opening up that lead on Skip Passenger, but there goes Steve Halsey. Steve Halsey right on the rear end of Passenger. Halsey outside of Passenger for second. There goes Steve Halsey. Skip Passenger holding him off. Halsey outside of Passenger. What a battle for second. Passenger 77, Halsey 156. They're neck and neck into turn 3. Look at that. Halsey on the outside. Look at that. They are not going to break it up. Halsey on the outside of Passenger. He won't let him get by. These guys are tied at the door panels. There goes Steve Halsey. Halsey holding on into second place. Steve Halsey moving into second place. And John Henderson moving up into fifth past Jim Jackson. It is Hodges now. Halsey's got his eyes set on him into turn 4. Mike Hodges followed by Steve Halsey. Here comes Steve Halsey up on Mike Hodges. Mike Hodges was sailing clear, but now here comes a big problem, and he's called Steve Halsey. Halsey moving up on Hodges for the lead. Hodges holding off a determined Steve Halsey. Mike Hodges and Steve Halsey on the back stretch, followed by Skip Passenger and Bob Nelson. A-Stock main event. Halsey staying within passing distance of Hodges. Right there, a two-man race for the time being. Hodges followed by Halsey. Passenger, Nelson, and then John Henderson. Getting around a slower Ron Ritchie. Mike Hodges from the coast. Steve Halsey. Hodges maintaining a real slim lead over Halsey. It's Hodges and Halsey. Both of those cars running away with it now. Quite a substantial lead over Skip Passenger. And appears to be widening that lead. It is still Hodges and Halsey in between 3 and 4. Looks like Halsey's going to need a little help, maybe from slower traffic. See how cleanly Hodges gets around slower traffic. No problem with Rick Davis. And in fact, no problem at all for Mike Hodges. Hodges maintaining a real smooth lead and in fact widening now over Steve Halsey. Oh, and Steve Halsey having trouble on the back stretch. Steve Halsey spinning out, and now it's Mike Hodges by himself. Mike Hodges taking the white flag. 1 lap to go. In second, Skip Passenger, car number 77. And Steve Halsey just sitting there now, out in the back. Half a lap to go for Mike Hodges. Mike Hodges carefully behind Jim Jackson. Maybe playing some games here. A stock winner, Mike Hodges. Mike Hodges from Charleston, Oregon. Skip Passenger finishing second. Bob Nelson third. And John Henderson. There, finally got it right. With the trophy girl in front of the trophy car. And the trophy car driver probably getting his grins in. Come on, Fred. This gentleman, formerly in the number 44 car, now number 35, sponsored by Key Motors in Glenwood, from Crow, Oregon, Joker Crenshaw. All the way from Seattle, Washington, son of Ray Potter, that's rookie Jim Potter. Car number 7R from Drain, Oregon, sponsored by Pearson Racing Engines and Watson & Son Logging, that's Jim Wagoner. Car number 5, this vehicle is for sale, as is in top racing condition, sponsored by TNR Auto Painting, West 11th Tire Center, Driveline Services, American Battery, Dale Reynolds, Auto Truck and Bonita, and Junction City Muffler, from Eugene, Terry Fry. In the 04 car, the blue 04 from Vancouver, Washington, looking for some sponsors, that's Harold Schroeder. Car number 93, this vehicle is also for sale. Owner Hooker Racing, sponsored by Hooker Racing and Auto Dynamics in Springfield, Oregon. Position Automotive in Eugene. Also looking for sponsors, that's Bob Hooker. Outside in the 01 car, yes, that is the Highwaller 01 Special, maintained by the inmates at Oregon State Pen. A whole lot of sponsors to list, including Goodyear and Pennzoil and Jim's Video. From Redmond, Oregon, Kenny Wheaton. We'll probably have them go around a few times to clear up that soak-up material that was put on the track. A lot of new cars tonight. Robert Tesh in 96. Jim Potter in car number 10. Scheduled for 30 laps, our Super Stock main event. All right, Terry Fry has had a good night. It'll be interesting. Keep your eye on number 5. Jim Wagoner as well outside in the second row. Our fast time Robert Sprague in the back, of course. Coming around, Ed Daniels gives him the green. All right, Tesh and Joker Crenshaw. Harold Schroeder moving up quickly. And it's Robert Tesh. There goes Jim Wagoner. Wagoner knifing into second place. Terry Fry moving up. Look at the dust. It is Tesh, followed by Wagoner. Everybody stays on the track. Jim Wagoner heading for the lead now. Jim Wagoner on the outside of Tesh. Wagoner snags the lead. It's Wagoner followed by Tesh and Harold Schroeder moving up. There goes Harold. Harold on the outside into second place. It is Wagoner. Harold Schroeder. Harold Schroeder, look at him go. Look at Harold Schroeder fly. Harold Schroeder in between 3 and 4, followed by Wagoner, Fry, and Kenny Wheaton. Well, just as fast as you could say Jack Robinson. Look at Harold Schroeder's lead over the rest of the pack. Schroeder with a huge lead over Wagoner. There goes Kenny Wheaton now. The battle is for second. A battle is for second place now between Jim Wagoner. Wagoner, Kenny Wheaton on the outside. Kenny Wheaton moving into second place. It's Wheaton. A High Waller 01 Special into second place. Terry Fry now trying to find a way around Jim Wagoner. The battle is for second place. Third place. Schroeder, your leader, the 04 car on the back stretch, followed by Wheaton in the 01 car. There goes Terry Fry into third place. Terry Fry, and look who's behind him, Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague moving around Terry Fry. Robert Sprague pole vaulting into third place. Robert Sprague making up ground on Kenny Wheaton. Harold Schroeder, still your leader in the 04 car. Kenny Wheaton and Robert Sprague. Battle is for second. Wheaton and Sprague. Wheaton and Sprague on the back stretch. Robert Sprague on the outside. Robert Sprague into second place. Look out for Robert Sprague. Now Harold Schroeder has built up a big lead, but here comes Robert Sprague. Harold Schroeder, your leader. Robert Sprague in car number 27, second. And already he's picking up ground. He's knocked it down to about a third or a fourth of a lap. Schroeder down the main stretch. Robert Sprague moving through traffic. Robert Sprague moving. Harold Schroeder, your leader. Schroeder in the blue 04 car around turn 4. It's Harold Schroeder, your leader. In second place is Robert Sprague in car number 27, followed by Kenny Wheaton in the 04 car, 01 car. Harold Schroeder. It is still Schroeder, followed by Sprague. Schroeder down the main stretch. Into turn 2, it's Schroeder, followed by Sprague in car number 27. Robert Sprague is moving up. Robert Sprague getting past the slower Jim Wagoner. Harold Schroeder on the back stretch in the 04 car, your leader, but here comes Robert Sprague. Sprague in 27. It is still Harold Schroeder. Harold Schroeder on the back stretch, but guess who's catching up? Robert Sprague making ground on Harold Schroeder. The third place car is Kenny Wheaton. Uh-oh, Harold Schroeder moving into traffic now. Schroeder moving into traffic, and there's Robert Sprague. There is Robert Sprague right behind him on the back stretch. It is Sprague right behind Schroeder, 04. The blue 04, Harold Schroeder. It's going to be tough to get around anybody in that traffic. Harold Schroeder and Robert Sprague. 1 and 2. There goes Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague and Harold Schroeder. There's a slower car. There's 2 slower cars. It's Robert Sprague. Robert Sprague, was there any doubt, taking over the lead. Robert Sprague moving through and passing Harold Schroeder. It is Sprague and Schroeder. The third place car is the 01 car, Kenny Wheaton in third place. Ed Daniels wants those slower cars to move over. Robert Sprague on the back stretch, your leader, car number 27. Followed by Harold Schroeder in the 04 car. Kenny Wheaton is in third place, the 01 car. Kenny Wheaton and then Frank Brewer. Frank Brewer in fourth. It is still Sprague and Schroeder. Schroeder is not playing dead. Harold Schroeder is not going to lie down. Schroeder right behind Sprague. Schroeder is right behind Sprague. It ain't over yet. Robert Sprague followed closely by Harold Schroeder. If Robert Sprague makes one mistake, all it'll take is one mistake. Robert Sprague followed closely by Harold Schroeder. 27 and 04. The third place car is Kenny Wheaton. Harold Schroeder right on the tail of Robert Sprague. It's a two-man race. It's a two-man race. Harold Schroeder is right there. Now, either Robert Sprague is slow. There goes Harold Schroeder on the outside. Schroeder. No. Oh, no. Robert Sprague. Harold Schroeder taking the lead over Robert Sprague. And we got a yellow flag. My goodness. Wow. Wow. Well, how's that for putting pressure on a leader? Harold Schroeder putting a lot of pressure on Robert Sprague. And old Robert has some trouble. Your leader, Harold Schroeder. Wow. I'm sure Robert's not happy about that. The 04, third and fourth. Now, earlier on with those laps, of course, it was basically a two-man race. Harold Schroeder and Robert Sprague lapping everybody and almost lapping the third place car. Green flag, and we're racing again. Your leader is definitely Harold Schroeder. Robert Sprague having to start in the back. We'll see if he can have the time to catch up. Harold Schroeder way out in front. Kenny Wheaton, the second place car, 01. All righty, already Robert Sprague has really moved up. Now maybe Harold taking it easy. But it doesn't look like it. Harold Schroeder knows that Robert Sprague is back there somewhere, so you can bet that he's going to keep it up. Schroeder, your leader, into turn 4. Schroeder in the 04 car. Robert Sprague trying to move up through traffic, but having a difficult time of it. In the meantime, Harold Schroeder increasing that lead. And Jim Potter having trouble. All right, Robert Sprague past traffic now. A very determined Robert Sprague moving past traffic. Harold Schroeder, the blue 04 car, your leader, down the main stretch. Look at Schroeder go. Schroeder followed by Robert Sprague and Kenny Wheaton. Robert Sprague outside of Denny Holland on the backstretch, past another car. One lap to go. He has run out of time. Robert Sprague has run out of time. Coming around for the checkered flag, your Superstock main event winner, Harold Schroeder. Harold Schroeder first. Robert Sprague and Kenny Wheaton. Kenny Wheaton and Frank Brewer finishing 3rd and 4th. An exciting race. Harold Schroeder from Vancouver, Washington. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out this evening. Be back here next Friday. Whoa. Too bad that there wasn't. Was that 30 laps? You know, was that?
Yeah.
Short or?
I honestly don't.
Hard to say. Huh?
Yeah,
How was Frank?
I had to run down in between and make a bad dash.
If he would have had a little more time, he might have.
I think it looked like he was gaining some.
He was picking it up. All right, there's your top 4 finishers, ladies and gentlemen. How's that for racing action, huh? Let's give all these racers a hand. What do you say? Yeah. That's a nice way to spend a Friday night. There he is, Harold Schroeder, the winner of the Superstock main event. He's climbing out of the car. He can hear you now. All right, and there comes old Frank Brewer climbing out of that car. His birthday is Sunday. Wish him a happy birthday. Hey, Frank. Frank. He's not listening. He's probably arguing as usual. Oh, some mighty fine racing. Robert Sprague running out of time before he could catch up and make a challenge for the lead. And Kenny Wheaton in the Highwaller 01 Special. Good job from Kenny Wheaton. Nice meeting you. Are you going to be here? Okay. See you next Friday. Okay, if you want to go in the pit.